And I don't know if you've been keeping track in the news recently, but one of the things that has happened over the course of the last couple of years and will continue to happen over the next couple as well is the idea of reducing the amount of time that a security certificate is valid for. We started out doing this job a long time ago, and security certificates either were never invalid or had like a 10-year lifetime. And eventually someone was like, hey, that's a bad idea. So they started out by issuing 2-year certificates. And then someone said, well, that's not a good idea either. So there was a phased implementation approach that's gone on for, it's still ongoing, as a matter of fact, where I believe it was Apple was the first company to walk up and say, you know what? I know that you guys agreed that the valid lifetime of a certificate is I think it was 370 days or something. It was just a hair over a year. We're not going to accept any certificates that are that valid for that long. In fact, we would prefer them to be shorter. And eventually what that turned into was Apple convincing the certificate authority that the valid period for a security certificate should be 47 days, which is a month plus a half a month plus 2 days of grace period. Or no, 1 day of grace period. So we are now in a situation where by 2029, the valid lifetime for a security certificate is maximum 47 days. How many of my listeners in this podcast have a calendar notification set to go off the day before your security certificates expire for certain domain names? Don't be shy. Raise your hand, because I know I do.
How many people know how many certificates they have, more or less?
Please don't tell me you have a wild card, please. But that's a valid thing, is think of the nightmare of an operations team, because I've actually seen the fallout from something going on where a security certificate expired on transit equipment in SD-WAN, and it actually knocked a lot of people offline for a significant amount of time. So I don't know if anybody knows this, but the older iPhones that are no longer in support got a security update about, as of the time of this recording, sometime within the last month. Do you know why that is? Because they had to update an expiring certificate that would allow things like FaceTime and iMessage to work. So certificates are super valuable enough to get a company like Apple to release an out-of-band software update for non-covered devices. So I want to kind of throw this out to you guys to maybe debate for the next few minutes. Are we making everyone's lives miserable in the pursuit of making things more secure by mandating a 47-day lifetime for security certificates?
I think we're certainly making a case for using a certificate management system to automate a lot of this, if that's going to happen, and continue to roll down the lifetime of those certificates and how fast they renew. I think it also pushes us to say, does everybody have certificate renewal